What's up, you guys? Superboy Reviews here, and today we're gonna go ahead and open this Age of Apocalypse Sunfire here. So you can see on the front of the box it's Sunfire, and he comes with the other pair of Sugarman's arms. It says X-Men here, Sunfire, and then on the side of the box it has the cool artwork of Apocalypse and Sunfire, and then on the back of the box, if you look right here, it has a small bio about the character and then the rest of the figures in the wave. So let's go ahead and open it up. Alright, so we got the figure out of the box, and my first thoughts are that the line work for the paint is very clean. And that's a good thing, just because, you know, with the translucent plastic you can see every bit of paint on both sides of the figure, so that's good. I do like the flame effects that they have sculpted into his arms and hands. That's pretty cool. So I think he uses the same body mold as the old Sunfire. We'll take a closer look. I mean, minus the new sculpted details here. And then, I don't know, this piece doesn't seem like it's removable, but I wouldn't want to remove it either way. So that's a cool addition as well. As far as the look of the character, they got it spot on. This is the look that Sunfire has after he saves all of Japan by blowing up all of Apocalypse's forces, and so that Silver Samurai could evacuate the rest of the people from Japan. So this is the aftermath in the Age of Apocalypse storyline. So I do want to get into the articulation. So he's going to have the standard Sunfire body mold articulation. I just wanted to check if it was at all hindered by the new sculpted parts, and it doesn't look like it's hindered at all by the new sculpted pieces. Here, his head still can look all the way up and all the way down despite the flame pieces here, so that's good. I think we'll just compare their range of motion right here. He looks up, and he looks up. It's just a tiny bit less, but I mean, you're not really gonna have him pose like that, except for like when he's flying. And I still think you can get him into some pretty good flying poses. Let's see there. That's pretty good right there. So, I want to see here too. Whenever you crunch. So his ab crunch is still kind of chunky like before. He has the same body mold, so we kind of expected that. And then my paint here underneath the torso piece, it's a little bit, there's a little bit missing, if you can see there. I don't know if that's like scratched from the actual using the articulation, or if it was just a little bit spotty because it's under the articulation. But overall, they didn't like shortchange him anywhere in terms of paint. Sometimes on the back of Marvel Legends figures, they'll have a little bit less paint just because you're not going to be really looking at the back of the figure. But in terms of the paint, he's good there. I like the Sunfire body mold. I think it utilizes the best shoulder joints here, and he kind of has big feet, but that's kind of something that we're used to, and it also makes him a little bit easier to stand, so we can forgive them for that. Here, the wrists, you obviously can't bend them back as much because of the sculpted flame pieces, so I guess the articulation is hindered a little bit in that way, but I don't mind just because of the way the sculpting looks. The translucent plastic is a little bit rubbery, so we'll see how that ages over time. In the past, some of the more rubbery plastic doesn't age as well as some of the harder plastic. but that's something that we'd have to wait to see the effects of. So I did want to give some size comparisons as well. So for the first size comparison, we'll compare him with his main universe counterpart here, Shido Yashida, the Sunfire himself, in his classic garb. So they're going to be the same height because they use the same body mold. So that's a good thing because they are the same character. So obviously he's a little bit taller with his flame effects, but you can tell the character is the same size. Then next we'll have him next to Magneto, who recruited him to help the X-Men in Age of Apocalypse. And then we'll have him next to the Silver Samurai, and one of the versions of Silver Samurai, can't remember which version of Silver Samurai, is actually his cousin, who was helping to evacuate Japan during the Age of Apocalypse, when Apocalypse was attacking, Japan. So overall, this figure, I'd say it's not a must-get, just because not everyone, like I've said it before, not everyone likes Age of Apocalypse, and Sunfire is somewhat of an obscure character. He's a very iconic Japanese character for sure, and he was kind of like there, if you know about the Big Hero 6, he's one of the heroes who helped the Big Hero 6 start out their journeys in the manga. So as far as his essentialness to the line, I'd say he's not really essential, just because he does have an incarnation already. But he looks freaking awesome. So I think if you just like collecting the legends and want a legend that looks cool on the shelf, I'd say that I could recommend this. He has a very good look aesthetically. A very clean look as well, and his kabuki's very cool, and even the line work on the kabuki is very clean. I was scared that around the eyes it was gonna get a little bit patchy, but it's really sharp and clean. So yeah, if I had to give this character, well, actually the figure, not the character, if I had to give this figure a rating out of 10. I would say probably 8, just because it's a good representation of the character. It's very well executed. The paint deco and the new sculpted pieces really add to the figure and the body mold, and he's just cool. So thanks for watching, guys. Superboy Reviews signing off. Peace.